Hello and welcome to the Globetrottin ADs. Since 2019, a way for athletic directors, activity coordinators, coaches, and friends to connect and collaborate no matter where they are around the world. We hope that you enjoyed the podcast and share it with anyone you think will enjoy it as well. And now, let's get this episode started.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Globetrottin ADs. This is Nick DeForest kicking it off, and I'm solo. No Matt Fleming today, for good reason. Will not travel to Bangkok this November with me. So we thought, hey, you're not coming, so we're going to leave you out of a podcast where we talk about this awesome conference coming up in November in Bangkok, Phase Asia Pacific 2024. So that's the topic of today. We'll give a little bit of intro about the conference, what to look forward to, why you should go. And we have Chris Mott with us today, who is the, Chris, initiator, facilitator, the all-round head AD for the conference. So welcome back, Chris.
Hi, Nick. Hi, Matt. Wherever you are in Mattland.
Chris, it's been a while since you've been on, since you moved to Bangkok and got out of COVID. You've been pretty busy.
I've been lucky, right? It's good to be back, good to be busy. It's finding my way over here in ISB and just trying to work things out. But appreciate you having me back.
That's great. That's awesome. Yeah, big school. Lots going on over there. A place in the world that I've never been, but that will change. That will change soon. So personally very excited. If you listen, I'm headed off to Bangkok to go to this conference, thanks to Chris and some other connections that we'll hear about. And yeah, really excited to just go out and meet ADs that I've never met or even heard of before, but also people that I've met online through the pandemic. So that's exciting for me. But the conference is just not all about me or you, Chris, right? So let's get into some details about it.
Well,
Chris, let's just start with what it is, where it is, and when it is.
The Phase conference has been happening for a number of years, actually. I'm not sure. I want to say a decade or at least. I would like to say that. It's been a while. And Phase has been running for PE teachers in this region as a great conference, right? I believe they get 400-ish PE teachers that come each year. They're sharing experiences. I've been the last 3 years. One was in Hong Kong, one was in Phuket, and then of course here in Bangkok. And it's a great opportunity. It's to have all these PE teachers come. They're sharing ideas, they're sharing practices, but also bringing in some really great keynote speakers who are talking about a variety of things that are really developing physical education within international schools. And last year I was lucky enough to bring some mental toughness coaches over to the FACE conference in Hong Kong.
Okay.
And from there just started to talk a little bit with Justin about what that looks like in general for ADs.
Cool. And now this year we have a whole, it's not a separate conference, or I don't know, describe it. It's a separate strand, a separate conference, but at the same time.
We didn't know how to do it, and I've really been guided by Justin Harbin from FASE, just a great supporter of everything educational. He doesn't just look at PE and ADs, but also technology as well as leadership. He does a lot through 21st century learning. So cheers and congrats, Justin. You do a lot for us. So thank you. And just started to talk to him about what that looks like. We have the NIAAA conference every year that I know you talk about.
Mm-hmm.
We do have some opportunities sometimes with EACOS in this region, but we don't really have anything like the FASE conference for PE where we're bringing in, APAC and IASIS and CSAC and all these other associations kind of into the same space. I was talking to Justin about it, and last year we did 2 NIAAA courses, and we got a really great turnout. I believe we had like 25 ADs come in to do the NIAAA courses,
Mm-hmm.
and it just sparked a conversation like, well, what else could we do? And Justin was super kind and let us kind of explore the idea of offering 2 days for ADs And for this first trial, we'll do it as a pre-conference or on the Thursday and the Friday, and then that will flow into the PE conference.
Okay.
Um, and one of the main reasons for that, Nick, I think is, as you know, a lot of PE staff get really excited and energetic and energized around what we do as ADs. And I was a PE teacher, and this is how I got into it. And so any PE teacher that's really kind of interested in learning more about being an AD, what that world looks like, want to future their education, this is a great way for them to come just 2 days earlier, do some great learning, great courses, and then have it flow into their PE. So they're not having to choose between the two,
Right.
but rather getting a great 4-day block of learning.
Wow. Oh, that's great. And, you mentioned NIAAA courses, so there's 4 this year, right? And all 4, they're the first 4 900. So someone can really just dig right in and then ultimately even be certified afterwards.
Yeah, you could, yeah. That was the hope.
Yeah.
And trying to fill gaps, right? I know that those that went last year, they'll want to do the 903 and the 904. Like that'll be their focus this year as they get closer. Those PE teachers, anyone, not PE teachers, but anyone out there, 901 is brilliant, right? Like 901 is a really great course as an introduction. So they just have lots of opportunity to learn about, what this looks like, and is that for me, or what are others doing? And just like you, right, Nick, I love the 900s. I love offering those. I love teaching those,
Yeah.
getting to know people. So yeah, looking forward to it.
Oh, that's great. That's great. And you are teaching, right? A couple. I'm teaching a couple.
At the moment, but I will say, like anyone who's been out there and been involved, so ADs, if you're out there and have attended those conferences and you've got your 790, you're teaching one, let me know, reach out, and more than happy for you to jump in and get some more experience in leading those. I worked last year with Thomas and Kelly.
Mm-hmm.
Thomas from China. Can't remember Thomas, sorry.
Matthews.
And then Kelly. Yeah, and then Kelly here, who works at ISB. All 3 of us did the 901 last year together, and then Kelly and Thomas will lead the 901 this year. So I'll step out of the way and let them go and help them.
Yeah, that's great. That's great. Yeah, and you brought in a couple speakers for the ADs that will then ultimately still be there for the PE conference too. So that's exciting. Who are you looking forward to?
I'm looking forward to all 3, honestly. I'm looking forward to all 3. Like, each brings their own different kind of feel to it.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, we have yourself, Nick,
yeah.
right? Come on. What are the sessions you're doing? Let's test Nick here. Does he remember what he's doing?
Well, sure. One, coach development process. That's like nuts and bolts kind of. Coaches more than welcome, PE teachers for that one. And the other one is a little bit philosophical. I called it the athletic director kind of want to dig in with other ADs about, our job. What are we here for? How can we make it better? How can we maybe not get burned out? And how can we have more fun? So it's a lot of things, that when I talk to people around the world that they mention, or from the surveys, or after reading the book that they've talked to me about. And I just want to put some of these things all together and talk to some great ADs about it.
Cool. So we have you, which is going to be great, and then you'll do some GTAD interviews, right?
Yes, I'm looking forward to doing some interviews, recording some, any kind of content. I have really want to record some coaches. So if they're PE teachers, I'm sure most of them are coaches. I have some specific questions I want to put a little bit of focus on coaches and students this year, because they're the ones that we ADs are really here for, right? We're, I don't know, I don't want it to sound bad, but maybe a little bit of puppet masters with the coaches to get the best out of our kids. So I want to dig into what the coaches think a bit more. So yeah, I'm excited about doing that, and I'll have there's a couple more things in store. I'm just trying to see, Chris, because I know you got me working hard, and I've mentioned I've never been there, so I definitely have to see some things. But no, I'm going to make the most of all 4 days at the conference and trying to connect and learn from people too.
Yeah, cool. Okay, so we have yourself, and then we have Tim Baghurst, who's coming over. to be super interesting. I spoke to Tim in the summer, and Nick, you gave me that connection, and Tim is from the UK. Is that correct? If I remember
Yes.
correctly,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, and is working in Florida at the moment,
Yeah.
and great conversation. Just it was an interesting conversation because it was connecting of two different worlds, right? It was connecting of the international world of what we're going through with coaching staff and what that looks like, but also like a Florida-based person who's talking about the same things in a university and just connecting the two. And I was like, oh my goodness, I didn't realize how closely connected they were.
Yeah.
So he's going to come over, and he's like, one of the things that he's going to talk about is, fighting this. What his title was something like fighting the slow death of creativity in coaching and sports administration, right? Like
Wow. Yeah. Cool.
really looking at what are we doing and how are we doing it, and what are we doing with athletes, right? How are we making sure they're engaged and growing and developing? But super excited to meet Tim. Really great conversation with him. So looking forward to having him come over. And then the second one we got is Mark Hull. Like, we at ISB here in Bangkok, we use Mark's the 3D Institute. We do that. We've had a majority of our coaches have been through that, and we use that kind of as our base, right? And we kind of build out. But what a great opportunity to have Mark talk. He's such a great speaker. He's so engaging and so passionate about what he does. I'm really excited I'm trying to get as many of my coaches there as I possibly can.
Yeah.
But just talk to ADs about, what does that infrastructure look like? What foundation pieces can you put in play? And then kind of building out from there. So super excited to have Mark come out.
Yeah. He was great. Well, I've seen him a number of times and know him well, but he was the keynote at the Coaching for a Greater Purpose conference last year in Dusseldorf, and everyone there just loved him. So yeah, that'll be great to see Mark again and introduce him to some new people as well.
Yeah,
cool.
No, and I think like all three. I'm just going to say one more thing. Sorry, Nick, but all three are really connected to, we came out of a period of time where we kind of paused programs and we weren't all sure what we were doing and what we were bringing back and what we weren't bringing back, and that was influenced by budgetary changes, that was influenced by facilities or what schools wanted, and now we're back. Right now, everything's back.
Yeah,
we're back. We're now asking ourselves the whys, right? So we're asking the philosophical understandings of why are we doing what we're doing, and never really losing sight of that to make sure that we're not spinning our wheels, right? But putting time and energy into things that matter, because I know that we all care about the outcome of kids and what that looks like. So good conversations with really great people about what it means to do what we do and the changes that we make in kids' lives, and focusing on the why, right? The philosophical understanding of why we are ADs. So just want to throw.
Yeah, that's awesome. And that's it. And that's will happen in the courses or workshops or whatever, but then throughout the conference, right? When you have so many people, that's the best. Conversations in the hall at lunch, before breakfast, and with people that you would have never talked to, right? Or never met before.
Yeah. I think right now we have, I want to say, somewhere in the vicinity of around 40 ADs coming in from the region. Like that's what we're up to about.
Yeah.
The goal is like 50. If I could get 50, that would be just what a great way to start and kick off something like this. The Phase AD conference, and then plan is to continue it on, right? Do it again next year. Just keep building and growing.
Wow. So with around 50 ADs, and then around 300 PE teachers / coaches. I'm sure they're all coaches over there as well. So that what a great group of people to be around. Yeah, it's great.
Yeah, I can't wait. Good.
Where do they have to go to sign up? Is it too late? Better not be.
It's never too late. You can sign up through look up Phase conference in Bangkok. Put that straight in. You'll be able to find it. And then, just follow the links and sign up. If you can't find it, email Nick, email me.
Yeah, exactly. And I'll put the links in our show notes for sure. And November 14th and 15th, AD pre-conference. and then the main conference carries over to 16th and 17th. So that's great. Yeah, really excited to get over there and see something new, meet some new people, as I mentioned, and hang out with you a little bit, Chris. Chris, I really expect you to show me a little bit of your favorite things in Bangkok. But maybe share with us right now, because you're relatively new to Bangkok, right? You've lived all over the world. What's something that you absolutely love about Bangkok that you haven't experienced in one of the other cities that you lived in?
Oh, that's a great question. It's super diverse. There's just something. There's everything. It's everywhere. Like you can walk the streets and not really have a plan, and then all of a sudden find something super interesting, and then jet off over there. And then, you got the metro. It's easy to get around here, or get in a tuk-tuk and scatter yourself over to somewhere else. Or we'll get on the river. We'll get on a little Klong boat and just zip down on that and experience that. Or there's just so many things to do here in terms of just engaging in the local culture and environment.
Mm-hmm.
It's super fun, right? And it's just everyone's happy here. Everyone's helpful, and they're looking after you, and great food and great drinks, and just cool, right? Like sitting down on the sidewalk and having a beer and eating some spicy lab is, what a better way to spend a Saturday afternoon. So we'll get around the city. We'll see how much we can see in a short period of time, but
sure.
Yeah, it's fun.
Cool. And the conference is right downtown, right? Or looks like it to me on a map without it being there. It's at NIST, right in town.
Yeah, right in the center of the city there, which is actually where ISB used to be. We used to have that was our old campus, and we moved out here.
Cool.
So it's down there, and Scott, the AD there, will be, of course, he's a super helpful guy and a good guy, and will be trying to put on a great show, which is good. But yeah, you're right in the city there, and we've got access to the metro or the trains right there, so we can kind of stick around and do what we need to do. It's good.
Perfect. Well, let's leave it there. Everyone else should go to the website to find out more, dig into what all the sessions that are already posted, and then sign up if you haven't, and get pumped to go if you have already signed up. So
we got a bit of a social there, Nick, too, on the Thursday. Thursday the 14th.
Only the Thursday, or can I have a social every day when I'm there?
We can we can work something out every day. But
no.
14th is posted, but
yeah, of course.
We'll go to I don't know where I could take. Normally I would take people up to the Belgian bar, but that's kind of your usual, right? So I'll take you to a nice little IPA place that I know. It's pretty quiet, does all local. Cool. It's really good.
Cool. But yeah, you mentioned the 14th. Before I distracted you there, you mentioned the 14th. There's definitely one night at the Sky Club. There's a place for all of us to go that are at the conference, so that'll be cool.
Be fun.
All right. Thanks for joining us, Chris. See you in person pretty soon, buddy.
Yeah, I will. Matt, where are you? Matt, are you coming?
Kukri Sports is a clothing brand that specializes in providing the world's most prestigious schools with bespoke made and designed team uniforms. If you're frustrated by inconsistent colors, branding, cost, and sizing across your teams, then it's time to email someone at Kukri Sports today. When you email contact@kukrisports.com, tell them about the Globetrottin ADs, and you'll receive a special offer on your coach or PE staff order. This has been another episode of the Globetrottin ADs. We hoped you enjoyed it. And until the next episode drops, head over to globetrottinads.com or visit us on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram